Hello and welcome back. It's Mario here, and today I'm gonna create a vintage Mother's Day card. There are lots of materials today, but you can simplify them. I'm going to use Distress Mixed Media Heavystock and a couple of die sets from Sizzix to create my flowers and leaves. These sets have a lot of elements. I'm gonna die cut all of them and then I'll choose which to use. These dies are quite small, so I'm gonna take a couple of sheets of Heavystock and organize my dies and run them through my Sidekick. This is the little sister of the Big Shot, and it's really handy for small dies like this. Once my flowers and leaves are cut, I'm gonna go ahead and color them. I'll be using Distress Oxide inks as watercolors. That's why I chose Mixed Media Heavystock, as it wears a lot of water. I'll be using pink and lilac shades for the flowers and different green shades for my greenery. Once everything is colored, I'm gonna go ahead and assemble my flowers and leaves using the Nuvo glue pen in the medium tip size. Now that everything is assembled, I'm gonna apply some vintage photo to the borders to give the old look to my elements. The key is to give light touches of ink, not to over ink the elements. Some touches are more than enough. And this is the result after applying the vintage ink. Can you see the look? Isn't it cool? I love it. Okay, now it's time to give some dimension to my leaves and flowers. So I'm gonna use the paper sculpting kit by Sizzix. It comes with a pair of scissors, a pair of striped tweezers, 3 different stylus with different ends in both sides, and 2 mats, the softer one and the harder one for fine details. For this technique, we need the softer mat. So by applying a circular motion with light pressure, we'll get a lot of dimension for our elements. I'll repeat this technique in every single flower and leaf. Look how much dimension we get with this technique. Amazing, isn't it? For my card base, I'm gonna use Neenah Desert Storm in 100 pounds cardstock. And for my panels, I'll be using a Neenah Desert Storm 80 pounds cardstock. I'm gonna use a sheet of burlap from the Textured Surfaces kit by Team Holtz. It comes with 3 sheets of each type: burlap, cork, and corrugated cardboard. Also, I'm gonna use some design paper by 49 Market from the collection Tattered Garden, as all papers in this stack have vintage look. And of course, I'm gonna cut everything according to an A2 standard card size, that is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches, and my base in 8.5 by 11 and folded in half. So let's start with the upper panel. I'm gonna die cut my burlap sheet with the 6th bigger die from the base Scallop layering dies by Tonic Studios, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my 6th and 7th bigger dies to die cut the frame, which I later glue on top of my burlap. Now I'm gonna apply color to my frame using vintage photo distress oxide ink and provide it with some vintage touches using black shoot ink all around. I want an effect of metallic frame, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply some light touches of Nuvo Embellishment Mousse with cosmic brown color. Can you see the effect? Okay, it's time for my focal element in the card. To do so, I'm gonna use this alphabet die set by Long Font, and I want extra dimension, so I die cut the word Mama 4 times before the final layer using my Sidekick. Now, to use one word on top of the other, I'm gonna use the negative die cut of one of them as a guide. My final layer is gonna be die cut from black cardstock. Now I want this board look like as if it were made from metal, so as I did to my frame, I'm gonna go ahead and apply Nuvo Mousse. And to sell it, I'm gonna apply some Distress Collage medium matte. This gives an extra matte finish to it. It's time to start assembling everything, so first I'm gonna die cut the scallop form in my upper panel using the 6th bigger die from the set, and stick the burlap sheet on top. While I finish sticking the rest of the elements, I leave you with some music and I'll catch you back later. I want an extra element for this card, so I'm gonna make an inner pocket to keep the tag in it. So I've already cut a piece of cardstock and marked some score lines. I want a special border, so I'm gonna use my 2-edge punch doily. To match the pocket with the rest of the card, I apply Vintage Photo and Black Shoot inks, and then Nuvo Mousse. first step to embellish my pocket is to add a matching strip of design paper. I'm gonna leave it aside while it gets dry and keep on working on my tag in the meanwhile. So I cut a strip of design paper a bit smaller than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm gonna use my Scallop corner chomper to give a special finish to my top corners and punch the hole of the tag and place the eyelet with my big bite. Once the stamping is done, I erase the pencil lines and proceed to give a vintage look all around the borders. Now I'm gonna finish and glue my pocket. To finish off my tag, I'm gonna add some ribbon I had in my stash and check it fits the pocket perfectly. To adhere my upper panel to the lower one, I'm gonna go ahead and use some mounting tape to give some extra dimension to it. And now it comes the final step by adding some extra embellishment to my pocket, using some of the flowers and greenery that were left, and applying some Nuvo mousse. And now my card is ready. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. You've got all the supplies linked in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.